What if the real reason money keeps slipping through your hands is not your job, not your bills, not even your habits, but a few quiet things sitting inside your wallet right now? Think about that for a second. You may be carrying small objects that look harmless, normal, forgettable, and yet they may be sending the wrong message every single day. Most people never stop to ask what their wallet is really holding besides cash and cards. They just keep stuffing things in and wonder why life feels tight, heavy, blocked. But some families have treated the wallet very differently for generations, not as a random pocket, not as a place for clutter, as a vessel, as a signal, as a space that should either welcome increase or push it away. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you 3 things that many careful people refuse to keep in their wallet at all. When you hear them, they may sound simple, too simple. But stay with me, because simple does not mean weak. Sometimes the smallest things create the biggest leaks. And if you watch this all the way through, you may never look at your wallet the same way again. Stay with me, because the third one catches almost everyone. And the final step is where the shift begins. Years ago, I was told something that changed how I looked at money forever. I was still young, still learning, still trying to understand why some people worked hard and stayed stuck, while others seemed to move forward with less struggle. One evening I was told, your wallet is not just a place to store money. It is a living container, and what you place inside it affects what flows toward you and what runs away. At first I thought it sounded poetic, maybe symbolic, maybe just a nice old saying about staying organized. But the deeper I looked, the more I realized there was a practical truth hidden inside those words. People think money is only math. Numbers in, numbers out. Budget better. Spend less. Save more. And yes, those things matter. But anyone who has lived long enough knows there is another layer. You can do everything right on paper and still feel like your money disappears faster than it arrives. You can increase your income and still feel pressed. You can try to be disciplined and still find yourself circling the same financial stress month after month. That is why this matters. Because a wallet is not just leather and plastic and paper. It becomes a pattern. It becomes a message. It becomes a daily environment for your money. And if that environment is full of confusion, clutter, and stale signals, then your thinking changes, your choices change, your energy changes. Watch closely now, because this is where the real story starts to open up. Most people never clean their wallet with intention. They clean it only when it gets too full to close, when a card falls out, when they are forced to deal with the mess. But if you look closely, your wallet often tells the truth about your financial state before your bank account does. It shows whether you move with clarity or chaos, whether you are holding space for order or carrying around leftovers from old decisions. Over the years, I've seen the same pattern again and again. People say they want more money, but their wallet is packed with things that represent loss, delay, expiration, and emotional confusion. Then they wonder why they feel pressure every time they reach for it. Why spending feels automatic, why saving feels harder than it should, why opportunities come close and then drift away. And no, this is not about fear. It is not about superstition. It is about what you rehearse every single day without noticing. Every time you open your wallet, your mind reads it in a flash. It reads what matters. It reads what is active. It reads what you have chosen to carry with your money. That repeated message shapes behavior more than people realize. So before I reveal the 3 things, hear this clearly. This is not about magic tricks. It is about removing signals that train your mind toward outflow, clutter, and stagnation. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Keep listening, because the first thing is probably already in your wallet right now. The first thing to remove is old receipts. Yes, receipts. Small papers. Faded ink. Stuffed into side pockets, folded behind cards, hidden under bills. They seem harmless, but think about what a receipt actually is. It is a record of money leaving your life. It is proof of outflow, proof of spending, proof that something is already gone. Now imagine stacking those little records right beside the money you are trying to keep and grow. Day after day, your wallet becomes crowded with reminders of what has already left you. Even if you never think about it consciously, your mind sees it. It sees departure. It sees subtraction. It sees the trail of spending everywhere your money is supposed to rest. That creates the wrong atmosphere, the wrong rhythm, the wrong emotional tone. Many people say they feel drained every time they open their wallet, and then you look inside and it is full of old receipts from coffee shops, gas stations, grocery stores, quick online pickups, random little purchases they barely remember. That clutter does more than take up space. It keeps your attention tied to what is gone instead of what is growing. If you need a receipt for a return, keep it somewhere else. A folder, a drawer, an envelope, not pressed against your cash and cards like a daily chant of spending. Tonight, pull every old receipt out, every single one. Don't negotiate with it. Don't say this one doesn't matter. Clear it. Sometimes a shift begins with something this basic, and if that sounds too simple, good. The strongest habits usually are. Stay with me, because the second item goes even deeper. The second thing to remove is photographs. This surprises a lot of people because they think, how could a photo of someone I love be a bad thing? It's not bad. Love is not the problem. The problem is mixing emotional weight with financial movement inside the same small space. Your wallet is where money comes in, where money goes out, where purchases happen, where decisions happen fast. When you place a photo of your child, your partner, your parents, or anyone you care about inside that space, something subtle starts happening. Emotion and money begin to blend. You may not notice it, but your mind starts linking the act of spending with feelings of love, guilt, care, protection, pressure, and duty. Then your choices become less clear. You justify expenses more easily. You say yes faster. You spend to soothe. You spend to prove. You spend because emotion is already sitting in the room before the decision even begins. That does not mean you should stop honoring the people you love. It means you should stop placing them in the middle of every transaction. Let love have its own place. Let money have its own place. Keep the photo on your phone, on your desk, by your bed, in your home, where you can see it without attaching it to every purchase and every moment of financial movement. When some people remove photos from their wallet, they notice something strange within days. Their spending becomes calmer. They pause more. They choose better. They feel less pulled by emotion in small money moments. That is not coldness. That is clarity. And clarity protects more than emotion ever can when money is involved. Don't click away now, because the third item is the one that quietly keeps many people stuck. The third thing to remove is expired cards. This one is huge and most people ignore it completely. Old bank cards, expired membership cards, outdated insurance cards, old IDs, anything with a date that has already passed and no longer serves a living function. Why does this matter? Because expired things carry a message whether you notice it or not. They say, this is over, this no longer works. This once had access, but not anymore. And when you keep those dead items mixed in with your active money tools, your wallet starts holding a strange blend of live and dead signals. Some people carry expired cards for months, sometimes years, hidden behind current ones, forgotten, ignored, never cleaned out. But every time they open the wallet, those stale objects are still there, quietly taking space, quietly repeating the energy of delay and closure. Think about how often people do this in life. They say they want something fresh, but keep carrying what already ended. They say they want movement, but keep making room for what is no longer valid. Your wallet should not be a museum of expired access. It should not be a storage box for outdated identity. It should hold what is current, useful, clean, and alive. So go through every card carefully. Check the dates. Be honest. If it is expired and no longer needed, remove it. If it must be kept for records, store it elsewhere. Do not leave dead tools sitting in the same place where you expect active flow. That mix creates drag, and financial drag does not always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like constant delay, weird expenses, indecision, and the feeling that nothing fully opens. If this is hitting home, keep listening, because now comes the part that helps turn cleaning into a real reset. Once those three things are gone, old receipts, photographs, and expired cards, do not just close your wallet and move on like nothing happened. Pause. This part matters. Hold the wallet for a moment and actually feel the difference. Lighter, cleaner, less crowded, more direct. That matters because what you are really doing is breaking a pattern. You are no longer treating your wallet like a junk drawer that follows you around. You are giving it one clear purpose. And when a space has one clear purpose, your mind becomes sharper every time you use it. The next morning, before the rush of the day takes over, take your wallet in your hand and be still for 1 minute. No need for anything complicated. Just hold it near your chest and say, this space is clear. This space is ready. Money flows to me with order, wisdom, and peace. Say it slowly. Mean it. Then picture your wallet filled not with clutter, not with pressure, not with panic, but with calm, clean increase. Picture yourself using money with more discipline, more awareness, more peace. Picture bills being handled better, choices becoming wiser, waste shrinking, opportunities arriving in cleaner form. This is not about pretending. It is about resetting the emotional tone around money. And once you do that, do not keep checking every hour to see if the universe sent a sign. Just live cleanly, move differently, watch what changes. Sometimes the first result is not sudden money. Sometimes it is a better decision, a call you finally make, a fee you avoid, a subscription you cancel, a debt plan you start, a calm feeling replacing a frantic one. And that is how the bigger shift often begins. Now let me say something important, because many people hear a message like this and think the point is the wallet itself. It is not. The wallet is the doorway, not the whole house. The deeper point is that outer order supports inner order, and inner order supports better financial action. People often wait for motivation before they change. But sometimes change comes first and motivation arrives after. When you remove clutter from your wallet, you begin telling yourself a new story without needing a speech, a seminar, or a crisis to force it. You begin saying, I do not carry what drains me. I do not mix money with confusion. I do not make room for what has expired. As dance, that is bigger than a wallet. That starts affecting how you spend, what you agree to, what you delay, and what you finally face. Many people keep repeating the same financial mistakes because their daily environment keeps reinforcing the same state. Mess outside, mess inside, pressure outside, pressure inside. But the opposite is also true. Clear space outside, clearer thinking inside, better thinking, better choices repeated over time. Better life. And if you are someone who has felt like money comes in but never stays, like every step forward gets erased by something unexpected, then do not ignore small resets like this. Small does not mean weak. Small done daily becomes powerful. And yes, some people will laugh at ideas like this because they only respect what they can measure on a spreadsheet. Let them laugh. Results are louder than opinions. Keep listening, because there are a few warnings that make this work stronger. First, do not clean your wallet once and then go right back to stuffing it with the same old clutter by tomorrow night. That destroys the whole point. This is not a performance. It is a practice. If a receipt appears, remove it quickly. If a card expires, deal with it. If a photo slips back in, take it out. Protect the space. Second, keep this quiet while you are testing it. Not because it is secret, but because too many people invite noise into something before they have even given it a chance to work. Do the reset. Observe your own results. Let your experience speak. Third, do not use this kind of practice while staying reckless in everything else. A clean wallet does not fix careless spending, ignored debt, broken promises, or lazy habits. It supports change. It does not replace responsibility. You still need honesty. You still need discipline. You still need action. But once those things are joined together, a person begins to move with much more force. That is what many people miss. They think they must choose between practical action and deeper alignment. But the truth is, real progress needs both. Clean the vessel, then respect the money that enters it. Track what matters. Stop wasting what weakens you. Pay attention to patterns. Make cleaner choices faster. And if you feel resistance rising while hearing this, that may be the exact reason you need to try it. Resistance often shows up right before a useful correction. So don't brush this off. Don't save it for later. Do it while the thought is alive. The next few days may show you more than you expect. Over time, people who make this simple shift often notice more than just financial changes. They notice emotional changes too. Their wallet stops feeling heavy. Spending stops feeling automatic. They hesitate before buying what they do not need. They stop carrying old paper, old dates, old signals, old noise. And that has a strange effect. It makes them feel less trapped, more awake, more deliberate. Suddenly they are paying attention to the subscriptions they forgot about, the tiny leaks that add up, the habits they once called normal. They begin asking better questions. Why am I buying this? Why am I keeping this? Why am I carrying this? Why am I treating every financial space in my life like a storage unit instead of a system? That kind of awareness is worth more than people understand. Because once awareness grows, waste starts losing power. And when waste loses power, breathing room returns. Then with breathing room comes better judgment. Then with better judgment comes momentum. And momentum is what many people have been starving for. Not another burst of hype. Not another promise. Real momentum. Something steady. Something you can build on. So after cleaning your wallet, take it one step further. Organize the cards in a neat order. Face the bills the same way. Keep only what serves a clear purpose. Let the inside reflect respect. That one habit alone can change how you feel every time you touch your money. And that feeling matters, because people make better choices when they approach money with calm attention instead of hidden stress. If you have stayed with me this far, then do not stop at listening. Action is where the message becomes real. So here is the full reset in simple form. Tonight, empty your wallet completely. Remove every old receipt. Remove every photo. Remove every expired card. Keep only what is current, useful, and clean. Then put everything back with intention, not in a rush, not carelessly, not while scrolling your phone and half paying attention. Tomorrow morning, hold that wallet for one quiet minute and speak life over your financial space with plain, honest words. Then live in a way that matches what you just declared. Spend with more awareness. Save with more respect. Handle money like it matters because it does. Not as your master, not as your identity, but as a tool that responds better when your hands are steady and your space is clear. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to change your whole life in one night, but you do need to begin. And this is one of the easiest beginnings you will ever get. 5 minutes, maybe less. That is all it takes to stop carrying symbols of loss, emotional confusion, and expired access in the same place where you expect increase. If nothing else, you will gain order. If more than that begins to shift, you will feel it. A cleaner mind, a calmer hand, better timing, smarter choices, less leakage, more control. And that is not small. That is how change often enters, not with noise, but with a simple act repeated with respect. So when this ends, do not just nod and move on. Open your wallet. Look inside. Be honest about what has been sitting there, then clear it. Your next season may not begin with a huge opportunity. It may begin with one clean wallet and one clear decision.